back, everyone, to Dubster Dive. Series where I take a look at something, take a step, let you know how it all lines up. And, yeah, we're at the end of Mignogna March. Nomi, you're here!
Debatable.
So, yeah, it's been a long time since we've covered anything related to the Dragon Ball franchise. And I think it's about time we changed that by covering one of Vic's most iconic roles, Broly. And if so, it's going to say, wait, I thought you covered it. No, you see, that was Super Broly. This is Z Broly. It's completely different. It actually is completely different. I'm just trying to meme a bit, but yeah.
Is it though?
It is. See, because Z Broly is in his own continuity with the Z franchise, where Super Broly is 100% canon to that. It's a whole thing. We're going to get into why this Broly is different in his own thing.
He's very different. This is a very different Broly.
And yeah, unfortunately, did have tragic news. R.I.P. to the GOAT, Akira Toriyama. Speaking of goats, did you guys know Nomi wants to fuck one?
No, I'll kill you. Don't do it. Just for that, I would trade your life for Toriyama's. Piece of shit.
Come on, man! I'm just talking about your Genshin Impact waifu. But yeah, back on point.
Dare you?
Broly, very divisive character. The Z1 in particular. You either love him or you don't, and think he's overrated. Personally, I like the dig dumb dude. I don't even think he's that stupid. I actually think he's very cold, calculating, and all that shit.
In the first one, there's probably actually a good explanation why he devolves into what everyone thinks he is.
Yeah, we'll get to that though, because as you could tell, we're covering all three today and a bit of a marathon. Which, yeah, I used Funimation Broly triple feature Blu-ray to watch these. So, yeah. Also, the first Broly film, the Legendary Super Saiyan, which is, spoilers, the best one out of the bunch, by a fucking lot, is currently free to watch on YouTube. So, yeah, if y'all want to watch it.
And it's not the lame one with the, what you call the coochie score?
We'll get to that. It's the dub score and everything, but yeah. So, what is Broly? Broly, the Legendary Super Saiyan, was released in Japan in 1993 by Toei Animation. People behind One Piece and everything Dragon Ball. I don't know why. People probably know this. And it would take place during the Cell Game saga. Probably during the 10 days leading up to it. But, yeah, again, it's in its own continuity. You could tell because Goku and Teen Gohan aren't in their natural Super Saiyan forms. But I'm probably thinking too much into this. It's a side movie.
Yeah.
So our plot begins proper, as the narrator starts us off by saying the South Galaxy has been destroyed by a Super Saiyan. And now he's on his way to our galaxy. It immediately gets your attention. It's like, holy shit, man. So Goku is tasked by King Kai to track this Saiyan down and stop him once and for all. Meanwhile, the rest of the gang are at a picnic randomly. Vegeta's there as well. I'm surprised he went to this family gathering. When a Saiyan named Paragus arrives to tell Vegeta about a new Saiyan world called New Vegeta. Yeah, Vegeta, the Saiyans named the planet after their royal bloodline. They're kind of dicks. But yeah, so New Vegeta was built by Paragus and his forces. And before Vegeta can claim that he's king, he must stop the Super Saiyan before it's destroyed, just like his old homeworld. So Vegeta, Future Trunks, and Gohan all go to New Vegeta. Also, Roshi, Oolong, and Krillin get dragged along too. So, yeah. Upon arrival there, what up?
Oh, no, I'm saying Oolong Krillin technically got dragged. Roshi was the one that wanted. Roshi was just all. He was fucking drunk, remember?
You know what I mean, though.
Wanted to go. I know
yeah, but you know.
I mean, but...
Yeah. I mean to drag along literally. I just meant they're along for the ride. But yeah, upon arrival, Paragus introduces them to his son, a weak Saiyan named Broly. Oh, pussy, I don't know. Okay, to be honest, they try playing up like it's a mystery of who the legendary Super Saiyan is, but it's literally just our characters playing catch up with the audience. You all fucking know who it is.
I mean, according to you, that wasn't named the same title in Japan?
It is not. It is called Fierce Fight, Violent Fight, something else fight. Or battle. It's one of those silly titles that I love so much. But, yeah. As far as the American title, though, yeah, it spoils it right there. But we also find out Paragus has enslaved a race of creatures known as the Shimoans to keep the planet running. Particularly the palace that he takes Vegeta to. Because you see, this is all a trap to get Vegeta here. Because the planet is going to be colliding with a comet very soon, and Paragus hates Vegeta. So he wants Vegeta to come here and get hit by the comet. But making things more complicated is when Goku arrives. For you see, upon the mere sight of him, Broly can't control his anger. And yeah, we gotta break down the retarded backstory. So apparently when Broly and Goku were babies, right next to each other in the same nursery, Goku cried a lot, and it made Broly cry. And the other Saiyans in the room were laughing their asses off at him. That's it.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's got to be boring looking after babies.
It's just like, damn, Broly's got a really good fucking memory. He can also hold a grudge. Holy shit. One of the things I was thinking is, like, they could have made it where Goku killed Frieza, and maybe Broly wanted that honor after the Saiyan race shit, so he was angry Goku robbed him of that. I don't know.
And it would also make more sense why. Like, if they tried connecting it with continuity, why you would wait this fucking long.
Yeah. Anyway, this all culminates in Paragus, or as I spelled him here in my notes for some reason, Pagus, losing control of Broly as he turns into the legendary Super Saiyan, and an epic all-out fight breaks out. And yeah, Goku, Trunks, Gohan, and Piccolo, who shows up, all have to take on Broly. Not Vegeta, because he's a bitch who's scared of Broly. Yeah.
He finds out that Broly's legendary, and he's useless.
The funny thing is he was all gung-ho about trying to fight Broly. He's like, or the legendary Super Saiyan in the beginning. He's like, I'm taking out this Saiyan now. And then when he finds out it's right in front of him, he's like, oh, I think I've made a terrible mistake.
Yeah.
Doesn't he try shooting a blast at him and it does nothing? Like Broly just tanks it.
When he finally gets his act kind of together, he's like,
No, I was talking about when he's like, no, this Saiyan is mine, and then he tries punching him, and Goku says, wow, he took his attack like it's nothing, right before the fight really gets going.
Oh, yeah. I think that was part of the thing, is just like, I can't do anything. But he's still being a bitch about it.
He is a total bitch. Full disclosure, first time I saw this movie, alright, we rented it and everything, when it first came out. Dude I watched it with was a hardcore Vegeta simp, and kept being like, well, it makes sense for him to be terrified. You know, it's the legendary Super Saiyan. It's like, I don't make excuses for Vegeta, just being a bitch. But yeah, that's the basic plot. The fight is really fucking solid, and yeah, especially because I'm in the firm belief, I've mentioned this before, for a Dragon Ball fight to feel epic, I do think it needs to have a little meat to it, a little length, and this fight does have a decent amount of length to it. So yeah, Act 1 I still think is a little slow, but sit through it and you'll be rewarded with a solid fucking fight. Where they're just...
It has good fights, it has good one-liners, it has good music,
We're going to be getting to all that shit in a sec. Speaking of which, Nomi, animation! Is it good? The animation?
It is extremely good. Pardon me, though... You say it originally came out in 93. Did they use the same animation or did they redo it?
I'm pretty sure it's the same animation. The HD version that Funny did, I'm pretty sure was just lazy upscaled. I don't even know if that version's any good, because Funny are notorious for fucking up Blu-rays.
I I mean, the version on
I mean, you
YouTube
watched it
is
on
definitely
YouTube, so maybe the YouTube guy,
original.
yeah, maybe the YouTube guy did it better. I don't fucking know.
I mean, I don't know because honestly, and I didn't mention this to you because it wasn't relevant, but there were the, like, if you remember the, like, the, like, pops in the, like, film where there would just be, like, blackness for a second.
Mhm.
If you remember those with, like, old VHS, that was in the Broly,
Okay,
but
okay,
it
okay. But
was
you're
just
saying
like
it's
a
good.
split second, whatever. But it's, yeah, for '93, the animation's really solid. I
Yeah, you
I
really needed to be
wouldn't.
good for a fight too, like this, where Broly's just bodying everyone, tanking everybody's attacks. Because, yeah, if you haven't seen his Legendary before, it's fucking iconic, man. It's awesome. And like I said, it's like the same thing when watching a Brock Lesnar wrestling match. You're in there to see someone get bodied. You want to see this man, like, just destroy people. There's some sort of appeal to that
You
man.
definitely get that.
Yeah. So, yeah. Now, bringing up the OST thing that Nomi was hinting at earlier, yeah, there are two scores for this, which on the Blu-ray you get both scores for the English version, which is kind of cool. You get the original Kikuchi score and the licensed songs slash Bruce Faulkner tracks that Funimation did back in the day. So, and I have to mention, I know a lot of people like Kikuchi, and they might think this is evil, but I am not the biggest fan of his score for this film. I don't think it fits as well Funny, where they literally got Tens by Pantera playing while Broly's beating the shit out of everyone. Dude, that is hype as fuck. You cannot convince me otherwise. I'm sorry. Just ask Novi. It's awesome.
It's it's so good, guys. You don't.
But yeah, so.
If you're
But hey, let us know
saying
what
you're
score.
Dragon Ball fan,
What score do you prefer? Let us know. I know some people are Kikuchi purists, and that's fine. But like I said, I prefer the dub score for this one, especially
it
because
was
I love Pantera.
it fits so well.
It does. But yeah, let's get to the original here, the dub. We'll break that down, and yeah. So Funimation would release their dub in 2003, with the ADR director being Mike McFarlane. He did Fullmetal Alchemist and stuff, with script being Jeremy Carlisle. Our main is Goku, voiced by Sean Shamail, who's also King Kai, by the way. He's Nobuyuki Sanada from Samurai Deeper Kyo. I remember I Dubster Dived that this time, don't worry. Can't believe I forgot I Dubster Dived that a few months ago because I got the title mixed up with something else. Don't ask. And Black Doom from Shadow the Hedgehog. Where's that remake, Sega? And yeah, I mean, what do you want from me? He's a good Goku. I saw someone a while back say, it's kind of sucks that he's a bit of a dick because he's a fucking awesome Goku. I wholeheartedly agree with that sentiment. Pretty sure you do too, Nomi. Am I wrong?
That could apply to multiple Dragon Ball voice actors, but yeah.
Yeah, like our next one. So, Vegeta and Piccolo and Bubbles and King Vegeta in flashbacks are all voiced by Chris Sabat, Elfman from Fairy Tail, and Zoro from One Piece. Could be a lot of One Piece overlap. But again, he fit right back into all of his roles, and it's still pretty solid, I think. No complaints about any of them. After that, we have Teen Gohan and Baby Goku in the flashbacks, voiced by Stephanie Nadoni, who's Cynthia from Lupin the Third, Miss Spy Dollar, and Ater from the Legend of Moby Dick anime, and Toriyama in Kadaka episode 29. You cannot make it up. I'm not even going to say anything there, but honestly, Stephanie Nadoni has always been my favorite voice of young Gohan. I've always preferred her, so, going back and watching these for the first time in years is nice. Which Gohan do you prefer, Nomi?
Why are you asking me?
Because I feel like being a dick to you.
I mean, obviously, the best Gohan was Teen Gohan.
Yeah, but I'm talking about voice actor-wise, because he already played. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Point is, I think she did good. Next, we have Future Trunks, voiced by Eric Vale, Sanji from One Piece, and Phoenix Wright from the Ace Attorney anime. Again, no complaints. Yeah, I'm not going to have any complaints about most of these people here. They all fit right back in. Much like Krillin, who's Sonny Strait, Usopp from One Piece, getting told you all, and Hughes from FMA. And yes, he voices Bardock in DBZ, but Bardock's only mentioned in this film. He's not shown. But more importantly, you get Krillin singing, and it's dubbed. He sings at the picnic. Something about wanting a puppy or some shit, or being a puppy, I don't even know. You can ask Nomi, it's the song of an angel, or the voice of an angel.
That angel should have died.
But yeah. Yeah. After that, we've got Master Roshi, voiced by Mike McFarlane, our ADR director, the dick, who's Crow from Shabbarak, and Jean, or Jean, I never remember how to pronounce this dude's name, Horseface from Attack on Titan. And again, I mean...
Jean?
Someone's going to say it's Jean. I like AOT, and I can never remember how to pronounce this guy's name. But the point is, Mike did good. All right? He's always good as Roshi. Everyone knows that.
Can't complain. And plus, he got to pretend to be drunk.
Yeah, that was fun. Which brings me to our next character, Oolong, voiced by Brad Jackson, who's Morrow from Black Cat, and Jim from Dime a Dollar Prince vs. Penguin Empire. I promise I will watch that show at some point. That title alone. But yeah, there's an exchange. What up?
No, I'm just saying it will be worth it.
Well, there's an exchange where Roshi says, I'm so hungover, and Oolong says, told you should have taken it easy with all those tuna fish sandwiches. That has to be a dub-only line. There's no way that's in the sub, right? But yeah. Just a couple more for the good guys. Next we have Bulma, voiced by Tiffany Vollmer, who's primarily ad voices and stuff, but she was the cat lady in Zip Shimezo. And yeah, this has always been my preferred voice of Bulma. 100%. Well, there's a couple of lines, but fucking figured I'd throw her in here. After that is the voice of Chi-Chi, Pan-Chi, and Baby Broly. The double casting is real here, voiced by Cynthia Krantz, who's Botan from Yu Yu Hakusho and Mitzi from Shin-Chan. There's actually a really hilarious exchange at the start of the film. Nobody knows what I'm talking about. Where they're in line to get Gohan into a new school. And she brought Goku along to be interviewed, which I felt was her first mistake. And she's like, okay, Goku, we're going to practice this. Tell me, Goku, do you have any hobbies? And he goes, to fight strong opponents? No, Goku, you can't say that. Say reading and sports. It's like, oh, so this is some sort of lying contest, huh? And she just goes, what up?
No, I'm just saying, like, I see how I would have phrased it. Instead of fighting strong opponents, I would have just said challenging myself.
Yeah. Well, yeah, she's like, I'm starting to get a headache. And he goes, oh, okay, well, then we should go home now, right? And she just screams, no, we will not. Yeah, I'm in the camp that finds Chi-Chi and DBZ really fucking annoying, but that is not on Cynthia Krantz. I think she does a good job voicing this character. Especially in an exchange like that where she's putting up with Goku's bullshit. But yeah, that was fun. Now the last one out of our, I guess you'd call it good guys, is Shamo, who's the main Shamoan, the race of creatures being enslaved by Paragus. She's voiced by Amber Cotton, who's... Actually, I think Shamo's a dude. Yes, he is. I misgendered him! I'm gonna... No! Anyway. But yeah, so Shamo is Amber Cotton, who's Honika from Sasami Magical Girls Club, Eps 14 onward, and Princess Tomoyo from the Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicles franchise. And it was fine.
I remember that anime. I remember.
Yeah. Now for our villains. First, we have Paragus, Broly's dad, voiced by Damian Clark, who is primarily known as the voice of Cell from the main franchise, and Handsome Jack from Borderlands. And yeah, he is good. But oh yeah, I should mention his whole thing is he hates Vegeta because Vegeta's dad wanted to kill Broly when he was a baby. Because when Broly was born, he had a power level of 10,000. And King Vegeta's like, he's going to be a threat.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I hate King Vegeta, but just because he couldn't even stab a baby to death properly.
Nomi, is there something you need to tell
That's
us?
what? No, the dude just this sucks. He couldn't stab a baby to death. He blasted Paragus in the fucking chest, and he didn't die either. This guy sucks. How are you the king of the? How are you the king of the Saiyans if you can't kill people properly?
Yeah,
I think that's kind of a big thing.
Yeah, he's kind of shit. But yeah, so his reasonings make all the sense of he's like, if I can't get revenge on King Vegeta because Planet Frieza or Frieza blew up our planet, then I'll get it on the next best thing, his son. So
in the bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Trunks exists as well.
Well, maybe that would have been the next one. Again, like I said, everything makes sense. But yeah, after him we have Paragus' right-hand man, and I'm bringing him up because there's a really strange thing with him. Angle. Not to be confused with Kurt.
That was my first thought, yes.
In the early film, when he's reporting to Paragus, he's voiced by Sonny Strait. But when Gohan and Krillin save the Samoans from him, his voice changes to Mike McFarlane's. Why? Normally they go back and like redub the Blu-rays, sometimes for worse, but they didn't even bother doing that this time, and it's very fucking jarring. You can notice it if you know it ahead of time. Oh, you gonna say?
Yeah, no one gave a no. I was just saying, yeah, no one gave a shit about Angle though.
How dare you?
What was the point?
Now, the last one of Paragus' squad I want to go over is the scientist who works on the control device that Paragus uses on Broly. He's a brain with tentacles, and apparently his name is legit Krang. As in Krang from the Ninja Turtles.
What? Now, what? There's more than that one Krang?
Yeah, like I thought that was amazing. And from what I looked up, someone can correct me on this because I know, I could get shit wrong. This has happened. But it seems like he was named in reference to the Turtles franchise, which was really big in Japan at the time. And I want to know more on him, man. I hope he survived this. He was only in one scene.
I mean,
yeah,
maybe, yeah.
Well, he's voiced by
what? He's a brain. He doesn't need to breathe.
Well, he's voiced by Kent Williams, who's Dr. Gero in the main franchise, and Go Gunhee from Solo Leveling. I probably butchered that. I apologize. Wait, why am I apologizing? But so there's a timeline out there where Kent Williams voiced Krang and Turtles, I guess. That's interesting. And then there's the narrator, voiced by Kyle Hebert, Kamina from Gurren Lagann, and Kaito from Danganronpa V3. Oh, he's fucking narrator. So, yeah. Narrator, man.
Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like, Gohan was there. He could be like
telling the story. To Pan. Yes, I like that. I like that idea. Okay.
Work.
Yeah, because you don't probably know most as adult Gohan. But yeah. I know the main reason you're here. We're all here for Broly, voiced by Vic Mignogna, the man, the myth, the legend. The dad from Fullmetal Alchemist and stuff. But yeah, he would actually tell a story of how he got this role. See, he got a call from someone at Funimation who told him to do a scary, evil voice. And he's like, over the phone? I'm like, yeah, sure. So he does. And the person who called him offered him the role. I'm assuming it was Mike McFarlane, since he was the audio director.
Probably.
Yeah, he's like, okay, do you want to play this character? And he offered him the role of Broly in the upcoming DBZ film. And Vic, at first, was excited to play a character, thinking, yes, I get to be part of Dragon Ball Z, because, it was big at the time. But what he didn't know was what the voice actors had to go through to be in DBZ, with all the shouting on top of their lungs, and the for hours and all that. Yeah, he wasn't expecting that. And he admits he didn't pace himself his first session with Broly, and threw out his voice after only an hour or so, and had to come back a couple of weeks later to finish. But at least he learned a valuable lesson to pace himself better. And yeah, when you hear how deep his voice goes, and his groans and everything. Holy shit, you could tell this really fucked up his throat.
Yeah.
Especially since
But
his
he's a
voice is naturally on the...
professional.
Yeah, he did great. Honestly, like, this Broly is a very different Broly. Uh, as we mentioned at the top, he's very savage, cold, and ruthless, compared to the Super one. Like, he's got some brilliant one-liners, too.
They're so good.
When they're, yeah, for example, when they're fighting, I'll start off with a good one. Um, Goku's like, hey, why
They're
don't
all
you give
good
us some
ones.
sort of handicap? And Broly goes, is that another word for coffin? Before launching a key blast at him. Or where he tanks Goku's Kamehameha and goes, what was that supposed to be, Goku? Yeah, he calls him Goku. I know. It weirded me out too. It's okay.
How much do you love your son?
Yeah, yes, that's what he goes, Kakarot, how much do you love your son? And Goku immediately says, Gohan, get out of here right now, clearly terrified of the implication.
I mean, who wouldn't be?
Yeah,
It's a
see,
very
Broly
clear
immediately
implication.
knows how to not just intimidate you with his sheer size and power, but also just say the right things to really fuck with you.
I mean, like that thing with the Shima, whatever the
Yeah, we're about to get to the
fucking name is.
Shimoans things. Yeah, so the Shimoans all stand up and are banded together. And Broly's like, oh, look, the slaves have all banded together. You know, I see you looking up at your planet in the sky. I bet you're probably dreaming you can go back there someday. Well, it's just a dream. And then he fires a giant key blast and blows it the fuck up. And just goes, oops, did I just blow it up?
No, actually, I think part of what makes that better, he actually fires it at them. So it looks like he's gonna blow them up, and then it U-turns, flies into the planet.
Yeah, dude, it's like, holy fuck, man.
It's a fake out that gets even worse. It's like, I'm gonna kill you all, psych. I'm going to crush your dreams. It's Jesus Christ.
Again, what a piece of shit, right? But yeah, so another one I love is when he's about to kill Paragus. You know, when Paragus is about to escape. So they're like, well, goodbye, Broly. I'm going to leave you here alone. And he gets to the space pod or whatever. And he goes, where do you think you're going, Dad? And Paragus like, I'm preparing the rocket. He goes, so we could both escape. And a rocket built for one man. And he kills Paragus. And then he just says, did he really think I would die just because this planet is going to explode? It's like, yeah, Broly, I'm pretty sure most people would assume you would. Still, though, fucking hardcore as fuck. And then, of course, when round two really gets going, when Piccolo arrives. Yeah, I should mention, when Piccolo arrives to give them all sensu beans, he explains that he could sense Broly's power all the way from the lookout on Earth. Keep that in mind for later. It's going to be important on the test. But yeah, he calls Vegeta a big baby and finally talks sense into him because Vegeta was being a bitch. So Vegeta attacks Broly, saying he's the ruler of all Saiyans. Broly goes, well, do your best to make me kneel, and immediately takes him out and says, so it's true, you're all talk and no action. A true piece of trash. I think we could keep going, but y'all get the point. Broly doesn't just say Kakarot or whatever. No, he talks in full sentences and all that shit in this film. You got anything to add, Nobi?
I love absolute everything, especially at the end when Broly's having fun on a trampoline.
Yeah,
That's my favorite.
during the final showdown, he uses Goku as a trampoline and is laughing his ass off. Yeah, he's got some nice evil laughs. You know, Broly's pretty jolly. He's pretty jolly. Or when he says, Kakarot, I choose you to be my first victim. Victim. Someone's going to want to slap me for that one. But yeah, movie culminates in a climax where Goku has to get energy from all the others in order to take on Broly, because otherwise they're all going to get murked. Vegeta still being a bitch, not wanting to give his energy. Why do I have to give it to a low-class warrior? And it's like, Vegeta, you're a bitch.
You think Piccolo insults Vegeta. You think he would get angry at that, but he didn't, barely even reacted.
Well, either way, Goku gets the power eventually when Vegeta's like, fine, whatever. And he ends up hitting Broly, killing him in a single punch, which I, even back then, thought was a little anticlimactic for this epic fight. But what can you do?
Broly exploded. Everyone likes explosions. Right?
Yeah, and then the planet was hit by a comet, so he's fucked. He ain't never coming back from that.
Right. Definitely. Absolutely. Yes.
But yeah, so the first Broly film. Should you watch it? Yeah, the Goku Instant Transmissions, they all get away. Yes, you should watch this film. Even if you haven't seen it, we just spoiled a lot of it. Trust me, the fight is great. It's just an overall fun movie. The dub is pretty solid too. Vic Mignogna, obviously MVP for this film.
It's a fucking 12 out of 10. I think it's I give it a 14 out of 10 if you watch the version with like Pantera, all that. Those songs definitely elevated even more so.
Yeah, I'm a fan of those. And again, let us know your thoughts on if you agree with anything we said. But it's, yeah. I will say it's interesting to see what they took when they more or less reimagined this film for the Super Broly movie. That's another thing too. If you've only seen Super Broly, it's worth going back and checking where they got a lot of stuff from, Paragus and all that stuff.
It's like mind control. They do the callback with the line where at the end of Super Broly he's like, "You can call me Kacker," or
yeah, you can call me Kack. Yeah, it's like that's in Super Broly because you could call me Kakarot.
He's like, in this movie it's like only my friends call me Goku.
He's like, some friends call me he says some friends call me Kakarot, but you're not my friend. When Broly says Kakarot when he first about to transform. But yeah, so this film is
callbacks are always fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Act 1 points can be a little slow, and Broly's backstory is fucking stupid. But again, it's the good far outweighs the bad in this case, in my opinion. But we're not done.
Unfortunately.
Time for the next one. Broly's Second Coming. So the plot of this movie is Broly has survived the events of the first film and has ended up on Earth with the goal of tearing up the planet looking for Goku. But with this taking place after the 7-year time skip when Goku is still dead, can our heroes stop him once and for all? The movie is not as cool as that intro probably made it sound.
No. In fact, we don't even know exactly. All we see, literally, it starts off, all we see Broly somehow lying in a pool of water. The water freezes because space is, things are cold. He's stuck in ice. How did that happen? Who knows? Who cares? It's Broly.
Well, let's break down the dub first and foremost. So, Broly's Second Coming would be released in Japan in 1994, with an April of 2005 release date for us. And I actually got this as an Easter gift that year, because my family exchanges gifts on Easter, don't ask. But, yeah.
It's funny, it's almost Easter, isn't it?
Funimation would end up dubbing this one with ADR director role, this time going to Chris Bevins, who did the Danganronpa anime and Backstreet Girls, with script still being Jeremy Carlisle. So yeah, with this being during the Boo saga, Adult Gohan is one of our mains, and as we mentioned before, he's Kyle Weber. And then the rest of our mains, and you're going to notice right away what we were talking about earlier. First, we have Videl and Goten, voiced by Cara Edwards, who's Tesso Suzuri from the Certain Railgun franchise, and Bubble Girl from My Hero Academia, and Trunks, voiced by Laura Bailey, who's Lust from FMA, And Nomi's Peck for Best Waifu of All Time, Abby from The Last of Us 2.
Kill you. Listen, you made me watch these. You made me watch the inferior Broly movies after the first one. You made me watch. Eventually,
Hey, to be fair, this one
good.
actually does have this one has some okay. We'll get to that though.
This one is still fine.
But whatever, we'll get to that. We'll get off topic. So yeah, again, they all do fine. They all have their roles perfectly. Aside for a couple of fuck-ups with the dub, we'll break that down though. But of course, our last man would be Broly himself, still voiced by Vic. Which, when asked to come back, he would say, wait, how? And they're like, well, Broly's alive. But I saw him die. Yeah. So, he arrived, and he still did a great job, in my opinion. Even though this is the film where Broly's dialogue is primarily Kakarot, Kakarot, Kakarot. I guess you could make the... What up?
No, it's saying I think he has like one not Kakarot.
He does. I'll when we get to the plot, I'll break it down because it is a cool one-liner. But yeah, the argument you could potentially make is maybe he was frozen in ice for so long that it gave him brain damage and made him retarded.
That's exactly what I was gonna bring up as like my possible theory, but
yeah. Unfortunately, though, I think it pseudo-caused a Mandela effect and affected the first movie's reputation that he always only says Kakarot because of this fucking film. And maybe some of the games, too, but it's a topic for a different day.
Definitely the games, I feel.
But yeah, so now that we've gotten the main players of the dub out of the way, we'll introduce a couple of others along the way. Let's break down the plot of this film. So, Broly, in a comet, that froze him in ice, carries him to Earth. How? Maybe he willed it there. Anyway.
I think the comet that put him because it looked like he was already on Earth and then the lake froze around him.
Yeah, but I was assuming it was the comet from the first film that carried him there.
Oh, the comet carried him, but then he was... Lake Earth froze. Who knows?
Well, yeah, he crash lands. He crash lands and is frozen in ice underground or whatever. And
that's all that matters.
Yeah, for 7 years. Cut to Videl, Trunks, and Goten searching for the Dragon Balls because Videl wants to meet Shenron. Well, for the last Dragon Ball, they need to slay the monster that's been terrorizing a village. Speaking of which, let's introduce the main villagers. The main one being Malosia, who's a shaman, voiced by Robert McCollum, who's adult Goten from the Dragon Ball franchise, and Julius from Black Clover, doing really silly chants. I got nothing. So what he does?
Ancient Sumerian. That's my headcanon as the language. It's Ancient Sumerian because who cares? But it's silly.
Yeah. Then you've got the village chief, Zalador, voiced by Grant James, who's Fungus from Final Fantasy Unlimited, or Scar's Master from Full Metal Alchemist. And yeah, I neglected to mention this during FF Unlimited. He tragically passed away a couple years back. Rest in peace, man. But
I like him. He's a good man. Person.
Yeah, he did good for a little easier. And then the last villager who's worth mentioning, the Sacrifice, because before Trunks, Goten, and Videl showed up, they were sacrificing people to the monster. Coco, voiced by Monica Royale, the inferior Bulma, and Tanya from Saga of Tanya the Evil.
I mean, that is scientifically accurate, though.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so our heroes agree to fight the monster and prevent this shit. Again, you could tell Robert McCollum's having fun, and I don't know what you want from me with Monica's portrayal of Coco. The character barely talks. She's very quiet. This is, do not be sad, and that's it. Our heroes head out to find the monster. They try luring him out with food, and when Videl won't let Goten eat some of the food, he starts crying. Like, a lot. And his crying wakes up Broly from beneath the ice. Yes, I am dead serious. This is...
You never heard a child cry? They're loud as fuck.
This is fucking retarded. Anyway,
we need a reason, guys.
So
need a reason.
The monster shows up, and it just so happens to be a dinosaur. Da 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 da. Voiced by Chris Bevins. who's Hanta Sero from My Hero Academia. I probably butchered that, but he just makes dinosaur noise. That's all he wants from me. They end up easily dispatching him, but all is not well.
They literally eat him. You literally get a cutaway back to the village and there's meat cooking.
Delicious in dungeon indeed.
Yes.
But yeah, so the next day, Videl notices something's amiss as she heads outside the village and runs straight into a rampaging Broly. Finally, it only took 1/3 of the fucking film's runtime. And yeah, he immediately clotheslines her. I surprised this didn't do more damage. I'm gonna be real with you.
We don't want to kill the waifu.
Dude, the power scaling here, like, it's almost as fucked as Super's at points.
Like, she gets clotheslined into the air, sure, but even then, like, it's still, you're still getting hit by, like, some G-force. And
yeah, and he's in his Super Saiyan form, isn't he?
Yeah, he's...
Yeah, like, she should be fucked, man. Whatever.
Like, yeah.
Point is, she obviously stands no chance and is quickly pushed aside. And that's when Goten and Trunks arrive. And Broly confuses Goten for Goku for some reason. Just because they have the same hairstyle? Well, yeah. Anyway, a fight ensues, and naturally Trunks and Goten have no chance against him either. So they come up with a brilliant plan to have Goten summon the dragon, since they have all 7 balls now, to stop Broly, while Trunks distracts him. Oh, yeah. During this, hijinks ensue as Goten loses track of one of the Dragon Balls, and Cara Edwards has him squeal like Videl here. Stupid bitch got her characters mixed up.
It's all stupid. He loses track of Dragon Balls in a crowd of clear balls that look nothing like... I don't...
I got nothing. But yeah, so, back with Trunks, he's hiding from Broly, and thinking to himself, what am I doing? My father would be so ashamed, me hiding from this dude. I don't know, Trunks, if you watched the first film, Vegeta was kind of afraid of him too. He's a bitch.
To be fair, probably like Vegeta would actually ban him from, Trunks cannot know about this.
Well, Goten finally finds the last Dragon Ball, and for some reason, Shenron won't come out. Yeah, you could maybe say, well, it's a small cave, so he needs a bigger place. But even when they move the balls outside, it doesn't... They don't even explain it either.
Shenron is scared of Broly. Everyone knows this.
Fair. Well, Trunks, thinking that the dragon's about to be summoned, gets overconfident, comes out of his hiding spot, and it's like, oh no, the dragon's not here. So Broly gets ready to pull a Bane on him.
Unfortunately...
As in snap his back, if anyone doesn't know.
Trunks has needed to pee for the past, 10 minutes.
Yeah, he prevents the back breaking by pissing on Broly's head for a gag. Why? You built this dude up to be a badass for the last film, and now you're having him get pissed on.
And the fucking face Broly pulls when he's literally laughing, and then...
I am tempted to see if I could find a way to make that the thumbnail, by the way. The Broly face there. I hope I can. Well, we'll see. If not, just know that was a prototype one, I guess. Whatever. Point is, he throws Trunks aside. Goten and Trunks are about to get pwned. And that's when Gohan arrives, sensing the battle. Yet Vegeta didn't sense it or even come out to help his son.
He's still scared, Broly. Shut up.
Neither did Piccolo, who said he could sense Broly's power level from the lookout in the last film, even on another planet. Okay.
Why would he care about Trunks and Goten? Gohan's his son.
Well, Gohan's about to get fucked up. Well, the one cool fight of the film begins, and I do genuinely mean that. This fight is actually really solid. Gohan and Broly go all out, beating the hell out of each other. Broly even tries breaking Gohan's back now, because if you can't succeed the first time, try again. By basically bending his arms back and ramming his leg in between it. That looked painful.
Well, you try hard enough, you can rip someone's arm out of their socket.
But yeah. For some reason, my headcanon when I was younger was that this was Ultimate Gohan fighting Broly. And that Ultimate Gohan, he stacked it with Super Saiyan. That was my headcanon when I was a kid watching this for the first time.
I mean, that would make Broly feel more powerful.
Yeah, especially if you want to go with the whole Zenkai boost thing that he probably got from getting his ass kicked in the first film, nearly dying. But anyways, so...
he definitely would have had that going on.
Gohan gets the bright idea of leading Broly into a volcano, thinking that lava would be enough to kill him. Yeah, sure.
Broly's immune to all elements.
Well, Gohan nearly passes out into the lava, but is saved by Krillin dressed like Piccolo?
It's literally all you see is Piccolo's cave. It's like, oh, Piccolo saved him again. It's like, nope.
Yeah. To be honest, I wouldn't mind this being an outfit for a game for Krillin. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Although Krillin says, none of you guys would have even lasted a season without me. Which, if what I recall is correct, if what I recall correctly, Dragon Ball didn't pick up massively in Japan until the Bacterian fight with Krillin. So, if I'm right, it means, Krillin's not that wrong. Let's see. Anyway, Broly survived the lava. Big surprise! Taking out Krillin effortlessly, and Videl, who shows up to try taking him on again, because she can't learn her lesson, I guess. This is when Gohan shouts, I've had enough! And Broly delivers his one-liner, not until you lie dead at my feet. Which, good stuff. And this is when they do a beam clash. Broly launching his super, Gohan launching a Kamehameha, Goten showing up to go Super Saiyan, launching a Kamehameha for Brothers Kamehameha, but they're losing ground. And, what up?
No, I'm saying even Trunks. Like, he doesn't do a...
Yeah, he shows up in a second.
Oh, yeah.
Because the Dragon Balls all roll together during the conflict, and Goten thinks to himself, I wish Dad were here. And what happens is Goku descends from the heavens and joins the family Kamehameha. The dragon wasn't summoned or anything. This makes no sense. Goten didn't even speak anything. Now look, the image is fucking cool. The family Kamehameha is iconic. It is awesome. The beam struggle is great. And this is when Trunks jumps in, firing a ki blast to disrupt Broly and give them the edge they need to finally blast his ass through the sun.
Well, I mean, it's kind of fitting. Like, didn't that kind of happen during the fight with Cell?
Yeah, which I think this might have been a pseudo callback to. You know, instead of Goku being there to help Gohan. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, Goku then disappears, and I actually think this is a more iconic end to Broly, in my opinion. Even if the logic there was a little funky, I actually prefer this to the whole take it down with one blow thing. This has a massive sense of finality to it, I feel. But yeah,
so
we're closed out with the narrator asking us if Goku's appearance were real at all. Or was it an illusion? As the movie ends. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just wanted to wrap that up real quick. What were you going to say?
No, because what I was saying happened before that.
I'm sorry. Sorry, go on.
About jumping ahead. No, I was just saying, like, yeah, the family Kamehameha literally blasts Broly into and through the sun.
Oh, I mentioned that. He got blasted through the sun. They killed him. Yeah, see, Cooler couldn't even make it all the way through the sun now, could he? Because he's a bit... Nah, no. Fucking around. I actually like Cooler. Cooler's cool.
He only got like halfway through, and then...
But yeah,
he was an ice type. You can't... Ice types are weak to fire.
Point is, that was Broly's second coming, and... before we go over everything, Naomi, how was the animation for it? Especially during the fight and stuff.
Still pretty good. I mean, yes, yeah, I can't say anything bad about the animation.
As far as the OST goes, it was okay. I watched it again both with the Kikuchi and the licensed funny score. None of the licensed songs stood out to me this time, though I did like the track that played during the beam struggle at the end, the heavy metal song, whatever. As far as the dub
Uh,
goes, I think it mostly sounded solid outside of Kara fucking around. Vic, Kyle Abear, and Laura Bailey I felt were the three best here. But yeah. At the end of the day, though, what a step down from the first film. Between the Act 1, I feel going on way too long and not even being that interesting, whereas the first film, at least, like, yeah, it was a little slow at points, but it was at least interesting for the most part. You know what I mean?
Try to do something at least.
Yeah, this one just meanders on, in my opinion, man. And again, obviously the shenanigans with Goten, Trunks, and Videl, it's like, what the fuck? But then Gohan shows up, and you do get a pretty fun fight with him and Broly at the end. And to be
Well, you
honest,
know,
I do have nostalgia for this film, so I can't hate it. True story, by the way. The day before I saw this film, I had a dude tell me about it because he saw it and tell me the story about how Trunks pisses on Broly's head. And I didn't want to believe it because I thought this was too stupid to be true.
I mean, who would be like, who would have that on their bingo card for a fucking Dragon Ball movie, especially with Broly? There's Skags in Dragon Ball, but why would you think this would be anywhere near a Broly movie?
Uh, Talk about taking the piss. I had to. But yeah, should you watch Second Coming? This is one I'd say see what you think, give it a shot, but at the very least, if you don't, check out the fight between him and Gohan at the end, especially with the family Kamehameha. It is an iconic scene for a reason.
Yeah. Technically, you could skip the entire. You're not gonna miss anything that really matters if you skip the first, like half of the movie. It's whatever.
Yeah,
This is.
let's not even bother going over the logic anymore of even how Broly got there and Goku showing up during the end.
It makes more sense than the logic for the.
Next, which brings us to the final topic of today's video.
Unfortunately.
Bio Broly. So, Bio Broly. The plot of this one is a dude named Jaguar has found a way to clone Broly, and he wants to use his awesome power to get revenge against Hercule? Okay. And expose him for the fraud he is. But can Trunks, Goten, Krillin, and Android 18 stop Jaguar and the new clone of Broly? And yes, you heard me. Those are our main characters this time. Oh, we're really in for it now. Again, just the name alone, Bio Broly. But let's give it a chance. This film would also be released in 1994 in Japan, meaning they wasted no time rushing it out. Hell, it was the very next film in the film franchise. It would be put out in September of 2005 in the West. Ah, funny. So let's go over our cast before we break down the film, shall we? ADR director this time was Eric Vale, who did Case Closed, worked on One Piece, because everyone worked on One Piece, even you, watching right now. Yeah, you worked on it. You probably don't remember, but you did. Naomi worked on it too. We've all worked on One Piece. Nah, I'm just talking nonsense. And the script's still being written by Jeremy Carlisle. And yeah, this film would take place after the tournament arc of DBZ, you know, where 18 won the tournament. Or when Hercule won the tournament, because 18 threw it. My bad. But before the fusion saga in particular, because Goten and Trunks don't know how to fuse. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Gotenks versus Broly?
Yeah.
Well, everyone's back to reprise their roles as per usual. And as far as the new cast members, Android 18 would be voiced by Meredith McCoy, who's Kagura from the OG Fruits Basket series, and Maria Ross from FMA. Hercule Satan would be played by Chris Rager, who's Arlong from One Piece, and Marshall from Demon Lord Retry. Nomi, I hear you're very hyped for season 2 of that this year.
I hear you don't like your kidneys anymore.
But yeah, needless to say, 18 and Hercules are fine. Fit right back into the roles. Now, as far as our villains, yeah, we're already on that. First, we have Jaguar, and I just keep thinking Jaguar Tooth from fucking Adon in Street Fighter. Voiced
I
by
just
Bill
said Jet
Townsley.
Jaguar.
Bill Townsley is known for voicing Elder Toguro from Yu Yu Hakusho, yes, really, and Kui from DBZ Kai. Now, the reason Nomi is
Listen,
laughing is because Jaguar looks ridiculous, as he puts it.
he is the shortest, fattest little man. He's dressed like a fucking Victorian noble with a comb over, and his voice is actually ridiculous.
He talks like this. And he's also kind of an idiot. There's a moment where his generic bio clones or bio warriors, before the main event shows up, are getting ready to fight, and he says, okay, one at a time, because if it was all at once, that wouldn't be fair spray. Yeah, even 18 goes, you mean fair play, moron.
It's
Or
a
he'll,
gag because, yeah.
or he'll say, make these
Vitamins.
kids your first vitamins. And 18 goes, you mean victims? Yeah, he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Wait till you hear the reason he wants to get expose Hercule. It's pretty dumb. But yeah, his cousin is is named Minmin, voiced by Jim Ferranda, who's Ken Ken from Geeku Dolls. Their names sound similar. I did that because I was stupid. And Muscular from My Hero Academia. And his voice isn't as silly. It sounds okay.
He's the smarter one of the family. It's
Yeah.
obvious.
He's the one wearing the parrots in the family. He runs the shit, clearly. After that, we have Dr. Colley, who's the guy that does all the cloning and stuff. Voiced by Chris Sabat with a pretty sure German accent.
It's very German, yes.
It's some sort of accent.
Or at least definitely from that area of Europe.
Well, yeah. As far as his assistant, Neon, I can't fucking pronounce. I don't care either. Voiced by Caitlin Glass. Yes, Caitlin Glass, Miss Tomboy Lives Matter. Watch our show by Rockvid if you want to know why we're calling her that from now on. Haruhi from Oran Host Club, and Rose from Tales of Zestiria. And I mean, she just goes, right, you can count on me, Doctor. And just talks very, I guess, matter-of-factly and sort of monotone.
Yeah, I'd say that's an accurate description.
For the most part. Yeah. And as far as our last one, Bio Broly himself, of course being voiced by Vic. When he was called back this time, Vic's reaction was, but he was blown to smithereens! Like, what? And apparently there was one point where he took a look at the script and is like, doesn't even have any words. And the response was, yes, but he screams and grunts. So, yeah, Vic did it, and I mean,
again, he's a professional.
All things considered, he tried, but I mean, it doesn't really give him much to fucking work with.
Yeah. But I mean, it's
But that's every one of our players in the dubcast. So let's break down this movie and figure out if it deserves the reputation it got.
What, you're saying Krillin's daughter doesn't deserve any mention?
I was going to mention it when we got to her in the plot. Because there's only one scene.
Fair enough.
Speaking of which, as the movie opens, we already talked about the whole Jaguar thing, saying that he will expose the world champion. As we cut to Hercule, and 18 trying to get the money from him that he owes her for throwing the tournament fight. I actually do like this, to be honest. Yeah, I like this because it does tie it into the show's main plotline pretty well. I will be fair and say that. It was also here that I noticed that they keep calling Mr. Satan Hercule even in the uncut dub, and that is kind of jarring if you're not used to it. Also, Trunks, Goten, Krillin, and Marin, Krillin and 18's daughter, are all here. Because I guess Krillin promised Goten and Trunks if they got paid, he'd feed them. But yeah. Marin is also voiced by Meredith McCoy here, who can barely speak a single word. This makes no sense to me when at this point in the series she was able to speak full sentences.
Maybe she needs to go potty and she forgot how to talk.
That's all she says too, is potty. Well,
Yeah, it's
weird
who
continuity
who
aside.
knows? Who
Yeah,
cares?
before 18 can get the money, they're interrupted by Jaguar's cousin, Min Min, who challenges Hercule to come to Jaguar's Island and face Jaguar's Bio Warriors. Jaguar apparently knew Hercule when they were kids and trained with him, and wants payback because Hercule kicked his ass when they were younger.
This one time at summer camp?
Yeah, that's literally it. So it's as much as it'd be cool to learn more about Hercule's backstory and past, it's a little silly here. But yeah, he threatens
It's not on the
Hercule to
docket.
say, come out or else we'll tell the whole world how you used to wet the bed as a child. Angry at the proclamation of ever being confused for Makoto Naegi, he accepts the offer. 18, afraid that he'll skip town, immediately follows, and Trunks and Goten go as well because they just think it'd be fun, leaving Krillin behind to
They're bo-
babysit.
they're kids. They're bored. It makes sense.
Well, once they arrive on the island, Hercule delivers what I think is a hilarious one-liner when he's getting ready to take on the Bio Warriors. I am the world champion. Bow before the mighty Satan. It's the delivery and everything. I don't know why. It's fucking priceless to me. Also, it's here Trunks gets scared of Jaguar's pet dog, who's just a normal doggo. But is it as dumb as him
Draws of
being
him.
afraid of ghosts?
No.
You guys let us know. I might agree with you though, Nomi. I don't think it's that stupid. Still,
Listen, when I was a kid, I was walking home from school one day, ran into a big like Doberman. I was scared of it for a bit.
yeah, but you weren't
Ghost.
you weren't like you couldn't go Super Saiyan.
As far as you know.
Oh shit, Super Swan. Anyway, the Bio Freaks attack. And yeah, we've got slapstick comedy with Hercule dancing around and shit. And he basically offers 18 money to deal with the Bio Warriors. And yeah, 18, Trunks, and Goten all easily deal with them. But that's when we find out Jaguar's trump card. A clone of Broly called Bio Broly. You see, one of Jaguar's employees is Meloja, the shaman from the second film. He was ostracized from the village and explains when Goten and Trunks confront him how he was able to get a sample of, and I'm quoting him here, the legendary Super Saiyan's blood from the battlefield in Second Coming. Okay, I don't know. You mentioned that he had to scrape it off or chip it off or whatever battlefield. That's
Yeah,
not
it
the
was
part.
that
That's the
dry
part.
blood.
Yeah. How the fuck is he even familiar with the term Super Saiyans?
He asked his ancient Sumerian god, obviously.
Well, he mentions he delivers a line here that I keep laughing my ass off at. The Super Saiyan has been rebuilt with the help of modern technology. That line, I don't know why it cracks me up, but honestly, all I keep thinking is, oh, so they adapted Broly for a modern audience in this film. Now it's making sense to me. Anyway, Bio Broly is released, and A-Team tries taking him on. But,
Nope.
yeah, it doesn't go very well. But when it seems like it's hopeless, she actually says, no amount of Zenny is worth this. I have a family waiting at home for me. I actually really like that. It shows that does have her priorities and all that stuff. It's a nice little thing. Hell, at one point, Krillin even shows up saving her from an attack from Bio Broly, saying like, I just didn't want to miss out on all the fun. And he, seems very concerned for her. It's cool. I like it. What, you like the ship too, right, Nomi? Well,
I mean, cute.
Goten and
Yeah.
Trunks join the fight as well, but yeah, during the fight, the liquid that they use to, what is it, make the clones or whatever?
Yeah. I don't think they really go into, but yeah, I assume it's basically like the blood or whatever of the Bio Warriors. But there's an oopsie.
Yeah, it gets
And
out, and it's a deadly slime that I'm going to forever just call Muck from now on. Thank you,
yeah,
Pokemon.
and it consumes everything it touches, which
Yeah.
we might be able to see where this is going, guys.
Yeah, so anything it touches, it immediately kills, including Meloja, who tries casting a spell at it. Fucking idiot. And then it gets him. Yeah. Trunks gets the idea to have Bio Broly hit by the slime. Oh, sorry, the Muck. Gotta keep continuity. So he tries taunting Broly to get his attention. Apparently, at one point, the scene here where Trunks flips off Broly was censored by Toei in Toei's latest remaster. I believe they offered refunds and fixed it. Someone can correct me on that. Please let me know. But yeah, this is why you always hang on to your physical media of old shit. Also, for some reason, I have the urge to shout "Fuck ReZero Season 3" right now. Wonder where that's coming from.
I don't know.
But yeah, so anyway, Broly eventually gets covered in the muck. But yeah, the muck is going out of control. It seems like it might have stopped Bio Broly, but now it wants to spread to the rest of the world. Except they find out if it hits seawater, it breaks apart. So Krillin, Goten, and Trunks all do the Kamehameha wave, causing a tidal wave to hit the muck?
Yeah, they literally, it's literally a tidal wave that consumes the entire island.
Yeah, and yes, Trunks knows the Kamehameha.
The island itself is fine, but
Trunks knows the Kamehameha wave in this movie. How? I don't know.
Because everyone can do the Kamehameha. Everyone can do it.
To be fair, there is a scene in OG Dragon Ball where Tien does it to prove a point against Roshi during their fight, so you're not wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, after the muck is destroyed, I had mum written in my notes here instead of muck. Cue one more jump scare from Bio Broly, for he's back. Except he's hardened and can't move anymore because the seawater thing. So Goten and Trunks could do one final blast. I don't think Krillin was part of this one. He was there, but I don't think he blasted. Whatever. Point is,
well, he rescued 18 when she was about to get
slimed
and then they're
mucked.
Yeah.
Well, the movie's brought to a close as everyone's happy. Mr. Satan owes 18 100 million zenny, and he's just like, fuck this. It sinks into the water.
No, he only owes her 80 million, and she was going to raise it to 100 to rescue him from the water.
Yeah, that's kind of a funny joke. Yeah.
Yeah, it's called a gag.
Meanwhile, the final scene of the film is Goku in Otherworld, as he is tasked to join Pikkon and stopping Broly from rampaging in hell. That would have been a fucking cool movie to see, wouldn't it? But, yeah. Whatever.
Draft of Janemba.
Yeah, I actually do think that Fusion Reborn was maybe originally going to be a fourth Broly film, with Broly being the main antagonist raising hell, instead of it being Janemba. But
I mean, at least then we could have gotten some more Broly one-liners. It probably wouldn't be devolved into Kakarot.
Maybe, but
cool, I guess.
That's a topic for a different day. We'll discuss Fusion Reborn maybe some other time. The film ends as we are greeted by the most badass ending theme for a film, Dragon Power.
It does not deserve this movie.
Yeah, the OST across the board, I actually think Kikuchi's score isn't terrible in this film. I don't, yeah, so you think a score's ever terrible, but it works with the whole slapstick comedic shit I feel here. Since this film is, it's dumb. It's stupid. And I actually like Kikuchi's more slapstick comedic approach to music. Like, I love his OST in OG Dragon Ball, if that makes sense, and I feel it fits here. That being said, though, Dragon Power is a fucking awesome song. And yeah, even if you're not going to watch this film, please look up that song. I told Nomi to look it up. You can hear he agrees.
It was a good time.
But yeah,
I was depressed after the movie, and that brightened up my day a little bit. I felt better.
So Nomi, animation for this film. I already brought up the OST and how I think Kikuchi's score fits, but that doesn't mean it's memorable in either language outside of Dragon Power.
It exists. I would not say bad, but not memorable.
Well,
It exists.
as far as the dub goes, I think Meredith McCoy and Laura Bailey were the standouts for me in this film, as 18 and Trunks respectively. Chris Rager did all right as Hercule too, but I mean that's his most famous role. So,
Yeah, everyone likes Hercule.
well, I know you all probably want some sort of story with this film, and I've got one. The first time I saw reviews for this film on a website where you could buy the DVD from, pretty sure it was Target or some shit, I saw everyone ripping this film a new asshole. A dude even gave it 3 stars, and he like everyone was giving it ones, and this dude gave it three. And his thing is like, look, this movie is terrible. I'm only giving it 3 stars because it had 18 in it. Simp. But yeah, I actually didn't believe the hate. I was like, it's a Broly film. It couldn't be that bad. And remember at
The
the
one time you should have believed the hate.
yeah, even back then as a kid, look, nostalgia plays a part with Second Coming. I know that. This one, no, it's not a great film. It's really not. I like the idea of them using side characters for a main focus, like Hercule and 18. That's fucking cool. But I feel like they could have been treated in a better story. Feels like an extended shit episode of the anime rather than an actual full-on movie, in my
I
opinion.
mean, apparently it was only the length of like 2 episodes.
Yeah, this is the
Which,
shortest film, but holy shit. I can't lie and say this wasn't the one time I was checking the time bar during it to be like, oh my god, we still have 20 minutes left.
I can concur. So don't
Should you
watch
watch
this.
Bio Broly? Even
No,
if you're the hardest of hardcore Dragon Ball fans, I find it hard to recommend. That's up to you.
unless you're doing what we did for some fucking reason.
Maybe you're
No,
doing a Broly marathon, and to be honest, I could see some sort of fun, like drinking with friends, getting drunk watching it and laughing at it, I guess maybe.
no, no. Throw Bio Billy into the ocean,
Billy
just
Bob?
like the actual Bio. Yeah.
Bill Bob. Well, either way, Bio Broly, after it was done being recorded, Vic had asked the producer at the time, I'm guessing Eric Vale or whoever the fuck, he's really dead this time, right? The response was, yes, Vic, he's really dead. So Vic thought he was done with the character, then a few months later would get a call about an upcoming game, which I'm pretty sure was Budokai 3. But this would begin a long-running joke where every time Vic would receive a call for the foreseeable future, when Broly appeared, they would just start up the conversation with the words, Vic, he's back. And I think that's fucking great. But yeah. That brings us to a close with the 3 Broly films, and if you couldn't tell, I think they get worse as they go on. And I don't mean like, oh, slightly worse. No, fucking massively so with Bio Broly. Second Coming at least had a couple of things. Bio Broly was...
Again, yeah. Again, if we go with my like 12, 13 for the first movie, it's down to maybe 7.5 for Second Coming for me. Bio Billy's 2.
I'm calling him Billy Bob. Now I'm
Billy
thinking Bio
Bob is
Broly. I think in Bio Broly with a southern accent. Yeah, we
Billy
didn't even bring
Bob
up
is
Bio Broly's
2 out of
appearance. He
10.
looks like a fucking... Bio Broly, yeah, he doesn't even have a psychotic appearance. He looks like a fucking...
Listen, listen.
What is it? Swamp
Technically, he
Thing?
does because at first he is Broly. He looks like Broly, not in Super Saiyan form. Scott the tail, all that. But yeah, once he's eaten by the muck, he is the Swamp Thing.
Yeah, so fuck Bio Broly. But hey, let us know down below what your favorite Broly film is. Maybe you like Bio Broly and you see something in it we don't. Please let us know. I'm genuinely curious. I mean it. I'm not even...
Yeah, I want to know, please. No, you can like whatever you want. I don't get it. So I would like to know your
I
reasoning.
also don't get how people could think Second Coming is worse than Bio Broly, but that's a story for a different day. But yeah, to close out, Broly's legacy, man, can't be overstated how popular he was. Dragon Ball Super itself would make a massive nod to him with Kale in her Super Saiyan Berserker form. And should mention, Nomi finds that very arousing. He loves Kale.
I don't know why they keep saying this. I also hate the. I also hate kale, the actual food. So
It's a very complicated love life.
it's a love-hate relationship, you might say.
But yeah, and of course that would lead to Broly getting brought into Super's canon proper with the Super Broly film, which we already did a video on, as stated at the top of this. There's a link in the thing if
Good
you want to
times.
see it.
It's good times. Someone
And I
gave
guess
me Super Broly as a gift.
oh, that's cool.
I enjoyed.
But as a gift to close this out, as a quote to close this out, I'm going to quote Vic. His exact words were, "I love Broly, but Broly doesn't love me," in reference to how much it fucks up his throat when he has to portray him.
I mean, that sounds about right. It's not easy.
But yeah, I think both Broly's are cool in their own way. Super Broly is, as Vic would put it, Frankenstein's monster thing. Doesn't want to hurt anyone. Whereas Z Broly, again, savage, ruthless son of a bitch, and you can't help but laugh at his, or not laugh, but at least like enjoy his brutality of just how fucking much of a savage he is. So I get the
I
appeal.
mean,
I still, again, I actually like Z Broly. I admit it, as if that wasn't obvious.
again, the Pantera definitely fit.
But let us know which Broly you guys prefer. I think they're both cool in their own unique ways. Super Broly is obviously, well, we're not going to get that big. And let us know which Broly movie you like. If you would agree with us, if you disagree with us, I don't know. But I think that's going to call it here. It brings Mignogna March 2024 to an end. So I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all will join us next time for whatever we cover. And in celebration, you all should yell Kakarot at the top of your lungs. That's it. Till next time, guys. Hope you have yourselves a good day. Bye!